Hey Matt, it's Chewy, and it's time for your weekly update. And so this week, I guess the main thing that happened was that I sent my Switch away to get repaired. So, little background story. I think I told you this already, but my Switch, it's been overheating. The fan hasn't been working too well. I guess any chance I get, I kind of share a video that I took of my Switch where you could just hear it, and it's pretty scary to hear these sounds coming out of this little tiny thing. I don't know. I guess if you've ever seen a Switch, I realize now that it's been out for a year. Maybe you've played it, maybe you haven't. I don't know. It's kind of the main thing I play these days, but it's a pretty small console. Like it's the size of a tablet and not even like a big tablet. It's like just a small tablet that you can attach little controllers to, that they're called Joy-Con. I don't know. Maybe you know this, and I'm just saying some stuff to say it. But anyways, it's this little tiny thing and it's buzzing like crazy, and eventually my fan just doesn't work well. The Switch is overheating. The biggest culprit for that was Splatoon 2, which is kind of the main game that I play right now. Eventually Animal Crossing will be the main game, but I cannot wait for that. But anyways, I sent it in for repairs. So about a week ago, Saturday, I sent it in, and at first, well, I called them and I was, just setting up the whole thing, and they kind of just charge like a flat $100 rate. But if your Switch is not over past warranty, they'll do it for free, of course. But in my case, mine was just past warranty for like a few months. It wasn't like just past, but it's past warranty. And so I talk to them a little bit. They decide to take $25 off and give me free shipping. So in the end, it was like $80 after tax, that I paid. But I sent it in. I think I was already like, I guess, planning out how long it would be till it came out. But I really wanted to make sure it came out in time for the new Mario Party game, Super Mario Party. I'm so excited for that game. It comes out Friday. So ready. And for everybody listening in the past, it came out already last week, and I've been having fun with it. Probably. That's what I suspect that I'm doing. But anyways, so I'm just thinking, I hope it doesn't take more than 2 weeks to get back to me. So I send it in Saturday. It doesn't actually get there until Wednesday. So it took a little while for it to get there. I think I tracked it, and yeah, I don't know. Saturday, UPS, they probably don't work as much on Sunday, but I think the thing actually shipped Monday morning, and I had to go to California. So got there Wednesday eventually, and I got the update, and I was just like, yes, it's there. Maybe they'll take like a day or two to fix it. I don't know how long, but by the end of that day, Wednesday, they'd already made the shipping label and had it ready to get sent back. So I was like, yes, it's going to get back. And, I started counting the days. I was like, okay, well, I put my thing there Saturday, and then maybe it took Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then got there Wednesday. So on like the fifth day, and I was like, so 5 days later, maybe it'll get back to me on Monday. And luckily, it went fast, because Wednesday, the shipping label was made. Thursday, it shipped. Friday, it was already at my place, so it was a super quick repair. Nintendo hooked it up. I got my Switch back. I've been playing with it, and it sounds perfect. It sounds like nothing's wrong with it. It's playing perfect. And the biggest thing I was worried about was my saves. So the Switch, all the save data for any of your games that you play is saved directly to the Switch. And so there's a risk when you send your thing in for repairs and stuff that it's going to just get lost. The save data could get lost. And I waited to send it when I did because I wanted to make sure I backed up all of my games on the cloud. There was one game that didn't work with that, though, and that was Splatoon 2. And so I was worried because that's the game I spend the most time on. I have 520 hours or so on it. I have a lot of progress made, a lot of things, because I play competitively, so I have a lot of gear that's specific to the teams I play on and everything. So regardless, I was worried about losing all of that and kind of having to start over once again. That would have been pretty annoying. But anyways, it came back. It's safe. I checked, and it seemed like the save data was all intact. But of course, I to get my Switch ready to send it out, all of my games are digital, so they recommend that you remove all the games from it, take out your memory card and everything, take out whatever game is in the Switch, and then send it in. And so, yeah, just like my games were not on there. So the first day that I got it, I kind of spent just re-downloading everything. So that took like the rest of the day. But then the next day I could finally play and confirm that my Splatoon 2 data was good. So yeah, it was good. Pretty quick repair. It took literally 1 day, less than a week, but I'm really glad that it's back because I'm super excited for Super Mario Party. And I've been making a joke to everybody that I want to throw a party now to celebrate Mario Party because I think those games are fun, and this one looks like a lot of fun, but I keep calling it the Super Mario Party with Goomba and friends because you can play with Goomba and it looks super cute because he's just like a little apple-shaped guy, kind of weird, but he has no arms and he's doing all of these activities that clearly need arms, but somehow he's pulling it off. I don't know. I think it's adorable. So yeah, I'm stoked for that game. And then outside of that, the next thing I kind of was thinking about this week was my Patreon page. So Patreon, it's funny because I was watching a video by Pomplamoose, and for anybody who doesn't know, Pomplamoose is a YouTube kind of band. They originated on YouTube. They make a lot of music, do a lot of covers, do some pretty cool videos and such. The guy, Jack Conte from Pomplamoose, is the CEO of Patreon. But I watched one of their videos recently, and I was like, I've been thinking about my Patreon and kind of the ways that I failed on it, the ways that I could improve it, and some things that just like became irrelevant, like I didn't need them there, or so let me explain. So Patreon, there's essentially two things that I'm focused around, and those are my goals and my rewards. So goals are like whatever Patreon subscriber count or monetary value I can make a goal based off that. So I guess when I was creating my Patreon at the time, I was like, well, I'm putting my podcast up on SoundCloud, and I chose SoundCloud as my platform because I wanted a place where I could upload pretty freely and have as much data as possible. And their premium plan was like $15, and I was like, well, maybe one of my goals will be like once I hit $15, I'll get that premium plan on Patreon. Podcast started growing. I got more and more episodes. I started doing it more frequently, and only like a few episodes at a time were able to be available at that point. So I was like, you know what? I just gotta get this Patreon. Not the Patreon. I got to get the SoundCloud going so I can have all of the podcasts available on places like iTunes and that sort of thing all the time. So I changed that plan up, and yeah, I essentially decided, you know what, this is worth it. I need this. So once that was all settled, I was like, well, I kind of can get rid of that goal. Eventually I did reach like the goal where I'm getting $15 a month, and I'm like, well, now I'm already paying for it, it's covered. But even then, like now I'm not really paying for it. I moved to another platform called Anchor, and they don't charge me anymore. So yeah, that goal just became irrelevant. And then so yeah, I just worked on solidifying goals that felt more reachable. Like, I don't think I will do these things until I'm making the right amount of money to pull them off. So for now, I'm just kind of ignoring it. Well, not ignoring it. For now, I've made a couple goals that I feel will be good to have for me in the long run. The next thing was rewards. I guess I didn't really know what to do with those at first, but I kind of found some places where I was like, I still want to do that, but I failed at it this past year. I want to make an effort to make it better, and so I've come up with things to do that. But yeah, it's just I'm fixing those things up, and I, kind of posted on my Patreon page about it and have been updating it. So that's been my week. That's kind of what I've been working on, waiting for my Switch to be repaired and repairing my Patreon page because I want it to be something great because there are people like supporting my stuff now and it's unbelievable. It's so crazy and I'm so grateful and I just want to make sure that platform where they support me is alive and more lively and giving people some value and I just want to show them I'm grateful for the support and it's crazy to me. It's just crazy. So anyways, I hope your week is going well. I hope your next week goes well. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to you next week. Bye.